I already did a cut speed test with the Echo DCS 500 and the Husqvarna 350i, but I had included the Greenworks chainsaws with that, a GS 181 and an 82 CS 34. I wanted to dive a little deeper into these two. I didn't include the Greenworks because they're a different class of saw. They're a little bit heavy dutier. They're also heavier. So with these two saws, I wanted to do more cut speed tests, and then I wanted to dive a little deeper and just see how many cuts it could get out of a battery and see how they did, cutting on larger logs. So as you watch this, you'll see the times for each of the saws as they're cutting through an 11-inch piece of oak. And initially, the Echo did really well. Its cut speeds were well. Its weight is very similar to the Husqvarna. Its price is like $150 less than the Husqvarna. And I don't know, just overall, it feels like a pretty sturdy saw. And I do like that the battery charger charges the batteries much faster than the Husqvarna charger. So you can see that in the tests here. Now, as I got further on into the testing, and you can see as you watch the video, when I got into an 18-inch poplar that I was cutting with both of these saws, the Echo started to overheat. I got about a little more, like I cut half of a piece, and then I got about 2/3 of the way through the next piece, and the Echo just shut off and it wouldn't work. Now there's no warnings. It doesn't tell me what was wrong with it, but I'm assuming it was overheating because there was plenty of battery life left in the battery. It just stopped working. So I put it down and I continued sawing with the Husky, and I cut like 4 more rounds of this 18-inch log with the Husqvarna, and then I went back to using the Echo, and I still couldn't get through a whole piece. I got about halfway through another piece, and I had to quit and then let the Husqvarna finish that cut and do some more cuts. Now the Husqvarna, I got these saws on my own, and so the Husqvarna I got new, the Echo I got used. So the possibility exists that maybe the saw is damaged, or had been worked too hard and I don't know, wasn't working correctly. But I have read that the Echoes can overheat, so I think this is kind of par for the course. But just based on what I did here, it's definitely the test goes to the Husqvarna, because it doesn't matter how good everything is. If the saw can't cut, then it's not good for what it's for. Now, this, I guess if you're going to just do very light cutting, then maybe the Echo's good, or smaller cuts. But if you're going to do that, you probably wouldn't want a chainsaw with an 18-inch bar. You'd get, something in the 14 or 16-inch class that was lighter and less expensive to begin with. So based on the testing that I did here, I would have to recommend, or I'm not going to say recommend, but between the two saws, I definitely like the Husqvarna better because it can actually do what it's supposed to do, which is pretty important in a chainsaw. And again, these are a different class of saw in my mind than the Greenworks, but the Greenworks are heavier. Greenworks does have a 2.4 kilowatt and a 2.7 kilowatt saw that I think could be more around, I'm going to say 14 or 16 pounds when they're fully outfitted, with bar and chain oil and everything and ready to go. So that might be an option also for somebody looking for something to do a lot of work, because the thing about the Husqvarna, like the Husqvarna is a nice saw, it's well balanced, but the thing about the Husqvarna that I really don't like is it takes 5 hours to fully charge a battery once you drain it, and that, to me, it's too long if you're going to do more than one battery's worth of work. Like, you have no choice but to buy another battery, and even like if you were going to do, if you were going to cut up a bunch of wood, you'd still battery for half an hour until you're out. Use the other one, and you still got hours to go on the charger before you're ready with a fresh battery. That's something they really need to figure out, in my opinion. But keep watching if you want to see. But this is my comparison between the Echo DCS 5000 and the Husqvarna 350i.
See if the Echo's ready to work yet. Alright, the log is too light now. The saw's moving it all around. but I think we've gotten the point of our test across. It definitely looks like the Husqvarna is the one for the long haul. I guess there's a reason that one's 300 and one's 450.